Well, this should be fun. Nothing you showed on screen actually proves that there are infinite timelines within the Dragon Ball cosmology. All you have actually proven is that timelines do in fact exist and are only created when a time traveler goes back in time to change something in the past. And also the two scans you're showing on screen have nothing to do with each other. What? None of the scans you showed are supporting any of your claims of the afterlife having a conceptual transcendence to space and time. What your scans show and what you are saying are completely different. Your scans states that the afterlife lacks the concept of space and time. Lacking the concept of something does not mean that you're above it. If I was to suddenly lose my sight, does that mean I transcend the concept of vision? No. And it's a similar principle when it comes to zero-dimensional objects. Just because zero-dimensional objects lack any dimensional freedom or axes, that does not mean they are unbounded by the concept of dimensionality. And I know you may try to use that metaphysical scan to try and support your arguments, but it still doesn't really help you, as there are several versions, definitions, and interpretations of metaphysical, which are all equally valid, as metaphysical does not have one set definition. The two major definitions, one meaning spiritual and the other being used to scale certain characters and cosmologies to outerversal, are the most popular ones. But choosing the second definition in favor of your argument is disingenuous, and you're really just taking the most extreme interpretation of certain things just for the sake of your argument. But even at that, where would the conceptual transcendence of space and time come from? As I have stated before in some of my other videos, the term transcending dimensions means literally nothing without context. As in fiction, there are several things that are called dimensions, and you would have to provide proof and justify why the dimensions being talked about here would either be spatial or temporal. And actually, things like the hyperbolic time chamber have been referred to as dimensions before. And this isn't an old thing. Even Frieza referred to the hyperbolic time chamber as a separate dimension. So you have to prove what dimensions are being talked about here. And let's say for a second that these are spatial dimensions being talked about, as many other translations imply. This would at best just make it 4D. And if you want to say that it transcends the dimensionality of the base Dragon Ball cosmology, you could say 5D. But you would have to prove that it's talking about the dimensionality of the verse. So once again, this means nothing. Yeah, no. I would show you the rest of the Instagram reel, but, well, the rest of the video is just a shitty edit of Goku versus some other characters, and it doesn't really apply to the scaling, so, meh. I've debunked things like this before, and, like, I've seen way better arguments for this, even though they are all wrong, but they're still better arguments than this. So if you want me to debunk any Dragon Ball related scaling, or literally any scaling in general, it doesn't have to be centered around Dragon Ball, just DM me on Discord, link down below. And if you also want to debate me on Discord, link down below. But yeah, it's your boy JK Debates, and until next time, keep it fizzy.